Saturday. I had to think about what day it is. So we got the car unloaded on Friday. We just backed the whole thing in the shop Thursday night, unloaded it Friday evening, and then we didn't do anything Saturday. We had some severe weather here all day Saturday, so we didn't do anything Saturday, just stayed at home and relaxed a little. Very much needed, I can tell you that for sure. And then Brad got down here yesterday after church and washed this thing. She's sparkling clean. I didn't make it down here yesterday. I've been battling a sinus infection, cold, whatever it is, and just didn't want to be out in the night air last night, or yesterday, whenever it was. So anyway, car's clean. We're ready to go. We're ready to go as far as that goes. So we did order. You got to get a stud. Or are you just gonna get a all thread? Okay. You already ordered one? Okay. All right. So anyway, we got to get a new all thread here. So this one is like where we put the filter on. It's got like that many threads. Literally like 2 threads is all it's got. So we got to put a longer all thread there. Fuel pump. We broke the fuel pump. It broke the internals of that one. And then what other issue? Master cylinder. We've got a new master cylinder coming for the clutch. The issue we had last year and we're having this year, we think that may be it. I've talked to Jack, texted Jack back and forth Saturday, I believe it was, and asked him what he thought, what he would do, and that's what he said. So that's Jack at Brinn. You won't meet a better person, an easier person to talk to, an easier person to get in touch with. He's fantastic, fantastic. And I mean, that's us speaking on Brinn, period. We've always loved our Brinn. It's all we've ever ran. He's ran Bert and other cars, like cars he's drove for people and other, but we've never owned ourselves. We've never purchased anything other than a Brinn, because it's just, the proof is in the pudding and they last forever. So anyway, Jack at Brinn helped us out with that. And shocks, I feel like shocks were really, really good at practice. We did find out after we sent our shocks off at the end of first this year actually, it didn't take them like a week we sent them off to Hunter at Penske Racing Shocks. He's at the one in Pennsylvania. So anyway, that's what we've got going on. So everything as far as the car was fantastic at practice. Motor ran like it was supposed to, ran like a dream, didn't have any issues. Ran the RPMs we wanted, it ran the temp we wanted. Brad cut her off coming to the checker because it lost fuel pressure, and that was just the fuel pump. So that's all I've got right now. I don't really know what the plan is tonight, but we're working on getting everything moved back in here. We had some of this stuff at our house, in our garage. So we're getting everything moved back in here, the tire dyno, or tire demon, all of that stuff. So because we gotta work on some tires. Definitely we're gonna get some new rubber. That's another thing. Gonna get some new rubber, thanks to Kurt Zimmerman. He sent us enough money to buy 4 brand new tires. Can't thank him enough. And then we had another person send us some money. I think David Macherin. I'm not 100% sure how to say that last name. But he sent us some back in 2021, and then he sent us a little, well, nothing's a little, but he sent us some this year as well. So we can't thank both of those guys enough. They don't own a business. They have nothing to gain off of it, other than the fact that they just wanted to help us out. So we greatly appreciate those 2 guys. Definitely going to help us out with tires. Going to be able to go buy some new ones. We're hoping to get some new ones and some used ones, just so we have several to choose from. But we've got some Hoosiers over there. I didn't even realize we had some Hoosiers. And here's our American Racers we ran the other night at practice. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. I'll quit rambling, and then we'll see what the guys are going to do tonight. I'm not real sure what the plans are. The fuel pump and the master cylinder won't be here till like Wednesday evening, so we won't be able to do anything with that until Thursday. So stay tuned to see what the plan is. Alright guys, so the diesel heater's on, so if you hear some clicking in the background, that's what it is. I know it is kind of loud. Apologize for that, but right now that's all the heat we got in here because we ain't got no wood for the wood heater. But anyway, so we had to lower this nose because it was way too high right here. You want it sealed on the track to keep air from getting underneath the car, so we had to drop that a couple inches. And so they're trying to get everything back together now. What are you doing next, babe?
What?
What are you doing next?
Probably breaking some tires down.
Okay. So, gonna break some tires down. You heard it. Fuel pump is already off, so already making some headway. That came off Friday. They wanted to know what was going on with it. So, that's where we're at right now. Alright guys, so the tire process has began. Got them everywhere. So I'm going to sit you up on time lapse and let you watch just a little bit of what they're doing here. You've probably seen it 1,000 times if you've watched any of our videos. Because if you know anything about dirt track racing in general, it's all about tires. So yeah, this is what we do predominantly over here. So I'm going to turn it on time lapse and let you watch the process.
Alright guys, so you see me and my dad getting the tires broke down. We got all of them broke down. Ready for some new tires. Running crate at Talladega, you have to have crate Hoosier tires. So that's what we're going to be mounting up for the time being. I'm not sure what all Dallas told you, but I'm going to just kind of quickly, hang on just a second, I'm going to put this in a jack so I don't have to stand here and hold it, because this might be a little lengthy. So, I don't know if Dallas told you, but I've seen a lot of people asking what we thought about the trailer and everything this past weekend. Obviously, was pleased with the race car. That's the best this race car has felt in a very long time. I feel like we're going to be, I feel like everything's going to be good once we get all the little bugs, like that fuel pump worked out. The arm on the fuel pump going from the pump to the diaphragm broke. So we got a brand new one ordered, and it should be here middle of the week. Once we get that replaced, I think that's the only thing we got to change on the car other than the master cylinder. It should be here at the same time. Trying to think. I do want to check the driver door over there. I'm not sure why the tire was getting into the door. I don't know if maybe it's drooped out too much or what, but it shouldn't be doing that because we're having to use the jack just to get the tire off the car. So there's something I want to check right there. Of course, check all the nuts and bolts, make sure nothing's loose, and go back at it this weekend and hopefully have just as good of a weekend as we felt like we had at practice the other night. And hopefully we can get the season started off on a good note, on a good leg, and get to building some momentum right off the bat. As far as the trailer goes, we had to cut our skateboard wheels off. Me and my dad took it around the block as a test drive before we left Thursday, and the skateboard wheels was dragging everywhere. So we came home, we took the grinder, cut them off really quick. And that eliminated the dragging. It still drug occasionally, like we pulled into Jack's parking lot, and it drug the parking lot pretty good. But it didn't drag going across railroad tracks or bumps or anything like that. So that fixed that. But, however, I will tell you, for the people asking, I know a lot of people have asked me about the design and everything. My opinion, do not build a spread axle trailer. I do not like the spread axle. After I pulled it the other night, you could hear when we would turn in, make a turn like into off the highway to our road, or turning into Jack's or the racetrack or whatever. You could hear the front axle just binding up and popping, and it was, you could tell it was just scraping the tires across the pavement versus making the turn. So to me, you could hear it putting a lot of pressure on the bearings and axles and tires and wheels and all that. So I don't like that. So with that being said, we will be changing that. I'm not sure when we will do that, but we will do that before we head up 59 or go across a major interstate or whatever, or go a long ways away from home, basically. With that being said, our original plans were to run the 7 race point series at Mountain View this year. That looks like that may be put on halt now because we got a lot of work to do there with those axles. And when I do the work with the axles, obviously, I'm going to cut those fenders back off again, and I'm going to fill that gap right there to where the 2x6 meets up. That way it'll raise the trailer up another 4 inches to get just a little bit more ground clearance there. And that should put me back to being like a standard drop, 4-inch drop axle trailer rather than where mine's really dropped. So we will be doing that. Like I said, we're going to race this weekend. We don't have any plans for the week after that, I don't believe. And then I think the following week is the 5th and 6th of April. We'll probably be at Talladega Short Track that weekend and go from there as far as plans go. Now, I don't know, that may change, but unfortunately, for the time being, I will not be going to Mountain View or Smoky Mountain or anything like that. I just don't feel confident with the way the axles are and all that good stuff. I want to be completely finished with everything, and it just hasn't worked out. It didn't work, but there is places we can race. Talladega runs great. Excited about Moulton. Moulton's looking good. The new owners have done a tremendous amount of work over there. They run great, and it's like an hour 15, hour 20 minutes from us. You don't have to get on no interstate or anything. It's just straight up 278 for us. So Moulton's a possibility. North Georgia's a possibility. There's no interstates for us at North Georgia. It's basically through Rome, and it's just on the other side of Rome for us. So there's 3 tracks right there that we could still run at and race until we get everything situated on the trailer like I want to. And plus, with the 7 race points series, they actually have a race scheduled in the middle of the summer where there's something that's going to keep us from that race. And with that being said, I mean, we've got things that we got to do, take care at home and around here and all that before then, and that time frame will come very quickly. And so I don't want to put all my time and focus on the trailer like I already have been all winter and basically all of this year. So that's kind of the plan. Just kind of going to wing it right now and see how it goes. We do want to get to Mountain View. I know Jesse and those guys up there is doing a lot of work up there, and it looks great as well. Was fully planning on to supporting that 7 race point series. Unfortunately, it just isn't going to work out right this year for us. They got a great points payout, great incentive to be able to be there, but just how it rolls sometimes. So we'll pick and choose and run around and try to run as many races as we can, and we'll have as much fun doing it as we can. I know this past Thursday was just a practice, but that was probably the most fun I've had at a racetrack in a long time. It's so much easier loading an open trailer than it is a big enclosed trailer, and I truly enjoyed that. You don't have to take as much. There's still crap piled up underneath the bench that we didn't put in the trailer, that because number one, we didn't build it big enough to put all that stuff in there, and there was a reason for that. We put $40 of diesel fuel in my truck, went to Talladega and back, and the diesel fuel hand never moved. So normally we had to fill up, and when we'd go to Talladega and back, I'd be a little less than half a tank. So Big difference on the pull truck. It's much easier on the truck, much easier to load. You know, it may not have all the amenities as far as getting you in out of the weather and the elements, but to me, it makes it more fun. It's old school. People see the car going down the road, kids see it, and I think that's what we need. So I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to getting back at it, and I think we're going to have a great year. So appreciate all you watching. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Appreciate all of our partners, Warp Speed Performance Parts, Warp Speed Performance Parts, WJI Enterprises, Apparel Co, Brinn Transmission, Penske Shocks, Gorsuch Performance, Stop Tech Brakes, BB Designs, PPM Racing Products. All of you guys over here on YouTube, everybody over on Patreon. Appreciate Kurt for the money for the tire, and David, he sent us some money for some parts and tires or whatnot as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you guys back in the shop later on this week. See you.